Hi, I'm Nicole Nageli. Intros are stupid. I've been doing online school for the past 3 years. I hate strict routine, and I've tried planning out my day hour by hour before, but that's something that just doesn't work for me. So I'm going to show you guys some tips on how to survive online school and how I put those into practice in my own routine. Start the day doing the thing that you love. Keep free time for yourself in the morning. That might mean that you have to wake up earlier, but it's a lot easier to get out of bed if you get to do fun stuff first. This acts as sort of a rest area or a little buffer for you to take a break before all the work starts, and that's super important to keep you happy. For me, my free time is 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. in the morning. That doesn't mean I wake up at 5 a.m., not at all, but it motivates me because the earlier I wake up, the more time I have to myself. Francis Ford Coppola wakes up early in the morning because he says, "No one's gotten up yet, no one's called me, and no one's hurt my feelings." Honestly, same. The only rule I have during this time is no screen time whatsoever. And I know it's hard. I'm gonna have a video in the future explaining social media and all that stuff, so stay tuned. So some ideas is you can sit, you can clean, you can write, you can draw, you can journal, or you can do absolutely nothing. This time is just for you. For me, I'm doing NaNoWriMo this month, so I've been spending most of my time writing. At 7 a.m. to 9, I usually finish breakfast, and that's when I start doing school. Again, it's not really at a certain time. It's really important to have separate areas if you can, for stuff like work and relaxing and free time, even if it means just moving to the floor or a different corner of your bed. It helps your brain associate those places with whatever kind of work you're doing. And honestly, in this time, we gotta trick our brain into getting it to do the stuff that we want it to do, if that makes sense. Okay, now it's to-do book time. And I mentioned this in my writing ideas video. I use a different pen every day just for variety, and it makes me happy. In here, I track things called POMs, or the Pomodoro Technique for short. And POMs, let me tell you, are magical. Honestly changed my life. So basically, what the Pomodoro Technique is that you set a timer for 25 minutes, and you work those 25 minutes, no distractions, super focused. And then after that, you take a 5-minute break. And then that cycle just repeats and repeats and repeats until you get your work done. So taking frequent breaks like that really helps you to avoid burning out completely. Plus, it's a lot easier to get 25 minutes of work done rather than sitting at your desk and being like, "Oh shoot, I have to work for like 3 hours on this." The apps that I use to track these Pomodoros are Tomato Timer and Forest. And Forest I honestly really love because every time you study, it plants a tree. If you get distracted, it kills the tree. And also you get some of this in-game currency whenever you study, so you can save up for that and then plant real trees because they partnered with a charity. And I just think that's cool and it's incredibly motivating. So I also track my water. I aim to drink about 1 gallon every day. And then now, because of online school, you can do that because you don't need permission to go to the bathroom. Thank God! And then for the actual list itself, I usually pick the most important things I need to do that day, and then other smaller tasks that aren't as important. After that, it's time for the menu of days. I can't remember where I first found this idea. It's not mine at all, but this honestly really helps me. Every day, I flip to the front of my book, and I pick one of these cards. There's the study day card, where I spend 2 hours a day either in classes, reading, or actively learning something. There's the workday card, where I aim to spend 8 hours working or equivalent progress. Then there's the rest day, where I spend 3 hours resting without screen time. Finally, there's the creative day, where I spend 2 hours working on whatever art projects I have going on at the time. And obviously you can modify these however you want for whatever fits your life. So most people, especially if you have a full-time job or if you're a student, you can't put away a full day for stuff other than work. So that's why cards like creative day, rest day, study day, those are like 2 to 3 hours. It also helps you keep variety. So at the end of every day, I usually log in what cards I did in a chart that I made. So this helps you see patterns. For example, if you're like, oh my god, why have I not been able to work for the past 3 days? Why am I so tired? Then you can look at it and see, oh, I've been working for like a week straight, so it's time to give myself a break. It helps you just keep aware of that because you're human too, you need breaks. I always work with lo-fi playing in the background. For some reason, hearing that just switches my brain into work mode. Some of my favorite artists recently have been Sleepy Fish, chill pop music, and of course, the classic lo-fi studying girl. I delete social media off of my phone, and I use Blocksite for my computer. And I use Forest for poems. Because you don't want to kill that tree, do you? Look at it. Look at its cute little face. Don't kill trees. And then I also use Google Calendar for stuff like live lessons and to mark deadlines. And here's a tip for deadlines. Move your deadline 1 or 2 days before the thing is actually due. I promise your future self won't know the difference and it'll save you a lot of time. For notes, the only thing I have handwritten are stuff for math. Everything else I put into Google Drive in folders and I type up my notes because it's a lot faster. I also hear that people have 2 separate notebooks, one for class and then another one which they rewrite everything that helps them study for tests. That's a great thing. I don't do that because I am lazy. Also, there's this another application called ShareX and it's so good. So basically, whenever you're watching lectures or classes or something like that, you can just screenshot it on the app and it'll convert that into text that you can just copy and paste back into your notes. Oh my god, it saved me so much time. I love this application. For studying, I usually go over my notes, or if I'm struggling with a certain topic or something, I call the teacher. Honestly, use your teachers if you have good ones. They're really helpful. Another great resource is Quizlet, because it already has a lot of study sets for core classes like math and science and humanities and stuff like that, so it helps you to study. Try to work ahead if you can, if your school allows you to. I know it's hard, but it really helps, and you never know what's going to come up in the future. Another thing you can do is join a studying Discord. Honestly, these are very helpful, especially for motivation and stuff. People are usually very nice as well. You can also get homework help and stuff like that. I never really used to use it before the pandemic happened, but now it's really important to keep little social daily interactions just to remind yourself that you're still real. Also, you can't keep going on Omegle for social interaction. Yeah, I'm calling you out. Find something else. The Slump! Woo! I usually get tired around 1 p.m. to 3, and I've called this period the Slump. Managing this is still something I kind of struggle with, and honestly, it's completely normal, so don't worry about it. Here are some ways to fight it. You can take a lunch break, so that refuels your body physically and also you get away from the screen. You can set up a reward for the end of the day. Like, for example, you can make plans to call a friend, and if you don't finish your work, you have to cancel. That usually motivates me a lot. Also, maybe at the end of the day, you give yourself time to watch YouTube or play your video games. Take a break. Do anything else but the thing that you're working on. And please, don't use screens, I beg you. This is the one thing that keeps messing me up. I have a self-care list in the description with some ideas of stuff you can do. And there's also another document that shows, like, if you're feeling tired, what you should do. If you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling super stressed out. I have that all listed in the description. For me, this is usually when I take a shower and I change into a cool outfit. Changing into a different outfit kind of helps me reset the day. Plus, it's also very fun because I like dressing up and stuff. And then I usually keep working until 6 p.m. I always cap the day at 6 p.m. Even if I'm super behind. You really need intentional times to relax. My brain doesn't really work that well at night, so I can't pull all-nighters very well. So the earlier I go to bed, the earlier I wake up, and the faster I usually get the work done anyway. Some days, more work will get done. Some days, you'll actually need to take a full rest day. Things will come up, and that's totally okay, because that's life. I know a lot of people are switching to online school because of the pandemic and everything, and I just wanted to let you know that It is not as easy as the my online school routine videos make it out to be. Online school is hard, especially when you're in the middle of a global pandemic. It's okay if you're struggling. Honestly, it is. School is important, sure, but also remember that you really need to take care of yourself too. Alright? Good. Take what you want, leave what you want. I don't care, I'll still be here. I'm Nicole Nageli. I'm an actor, author, and artist. Sometimes I post YouTube videos, and most of the time I'm working on my films. If you like this video and you want to see more, subscribe if you want. Hit that notification bell, baby. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Bye.